Hi! We gave an update when we had been married for 200 days, and we intended to do one at like 1 year and 500 days, and now it's been over 600 days, and we're going to tell you about some of the things that happened during our life.
Yep. Well, we found a car for me.
Yep.
That was pretty exciting.
She was driving her sister's car,
Yep.
and we finally were able to get that sold for her sister, which then left us without a car for Alyssa. And then it just so happened that 3 days later, while driving my car back from work, the car died about 2 blocks from home.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was an easy fix.
It just felt traumatic.
Yeah, we went from 2 cars to 0 cars in 2 days.
Yeah.
But thankfully, then we did find a car, and there's a picture of it, and it just so happened it looks just like mine,
Yeah.
except for a couple differences.
So we have matchy
Twin cars. Yep. We didn't plan it that way. We were looking for something else, and then this great deal came up, and we're like, okay, God, this must be the one. And it was. It's been a great car.
It has. It's been a huge blessing. God knew exactly what we needed. We looked at lots of cars, and it was a hard time deciding this one, that one.
Mhm.
We worked it out.
And 2 days before our first anniversary, we got another car.
And that was a fun memory.
Yes.
That was a great first anniversary memory.
It was. Well, it wasn't right away because we didn't really have any plans, or we didn't think we did. And so I made this whole thing. I set up this little special meal thing and had it all decorated with decorations from our wedding and music and a slideshow from our wedding. And then I did it at church. And so I asked Alyssa if she could come to the church before we went on a walk or something. And she didn't like that.
Well, I didn't understand why we were just going to church. But then I got there and I might have cried a little bit.
Yep. And so that was a fun way to have our first anniversary. Chinese food. We finished our basement during 2020. That's where we are right now. And so the last time we did a video for you, we were up in our kitchen. Now we are in our finished basement.
Yeah, and our kitchen is the next place under construction. We just started taking it apart a little bit ago, but we are so excited to have this space finished.
Yep. And so we've been working on decorating the walls with pictures that we've taken from around the world. And we also have a nice projector that we can watch videos on.
It's like our own little theater. It's
Yep.
so fun.
So we've had fun watching videos with family and friends here. And yeah, it's just a nice comfy place, especially when it's hot, because it's nice and cool down here.
Yep. And another favorite memory was that we went to Arizona, and it happened to be the week of my birthday. I think we kind of
Yep.
planned it that way.
It wasn't an accident. But yeah, it was great. November's a great time to go to the Grand Canyon because it's not too hot and it's not too cold yet.
Nope.
And so we got some great pictures, hiked for 9 miles one day, took a wedding picture there,
Yeah.
got to see the stars, got to see some elk that walked right by our car.
Then we went to Sedona. That was pretty
Oh,
amazing
yes.
too.
Thank you for Daryl Gomat and
Yes.
others who recommended it. Great place to go. We can't wait to go back.
Yep. We really enjoyed that.
Yeah. So that was 2020. That wasn't everything, but those were some of our highlights.
Whew. I think God has taught us that He is still in control. I think that's the big overarching thing that we learned.
Yeah. Yep. And that God truly does work everything for good. Honestly, from when it first began, it wasn't such a big deal to me because I was thinking, well, every year is different. There's always things that come up, and this is just one of those things. And God kept doing things that were unexpected, but fun things, good things, teachable things for us. And so when people ask me, what about COVID? I'm like, I enjoyed a lot of things.
Yep. And it taught us to be really thankful. We already were kind of in the habit of writing down some things we're thankful for each night, but when you think through your day, and you have to think purposefully each day if you're going to write down so many things that you're thankful for, it helps you realize that really God's still doing good things, even though It might seem really crazy, and you might wonder, like, what's tomorrow going to look like? Is the stock market going to crash? Am I not going to have a job? Like, all kinds of questions that were out there. Is there going to be food? Like,
can I leave the house?
Yeah, all sorts of crazy things, thoughts kind of running through your head. And when you stop and you look at the things that God has given you, even if it's simple things like there's a roof over my head or I have toilet paper in my bathroom, like there's just even those little things. When you focus on being thankful, then everything else isn't quite such a big deal because you realize God's still taking care of you.
Yeah, we're in our 30s, and for 28, 29 years of our life, we didn't have COVID. It's like, this is only just a small thing in the big grand scheme of things, and so God has given us so much to be thankful for.
Yep.
Also, that we are so blessed just being in America. As we have done our weekly Around the World videos, and if you haven't watched those, we do a weekly video where we talk about places we've been, and Alyssa tells a missionary story, and then we also highlight some people around the world we know. Just listening to the different missionaries share what their COVID restrictions have been like in each country is like...
so crazy.
Yeah.
Way different from here. If you think we have it bad, just ask somebody in South America, some places in Europe. Like, they are really strict in passing out some really heavy fines.
Hong Kong, Japan, like, you get fined if you leave your house on the wrong day.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't drive on certain days. Yeah. There's all sorts of crazy regulations. So if you can just stop and take a step back and realize, you know what, this isn't that bad, and I should be praying for some other people who are in a lot worse situations. A lot of those places, especially in South America, those people don't have steady income jobs, and so this whole pandemic thing really impacted them a lot more than it did most of us here in the States.
Your friend who couldn't go to church for over a year and just got to go back.
Just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like, we go on social media and we don't hear these friends complaining about all these things.
No.
And yet here in America, we're so used to hearing everywhere, oh, there's this and there's this, and they can't do this and they won't let us do this. These guys who are living with much worse conditions, we don't even hear about it from them unless we ask. And that's incredible. So we are super blessed here in this country, and I'm grateful for that.
Well, we've heard this question a lot.
Yeah, we were asked quite often last year, so where are you going next? Or what's your next international plan? And we're like, we don't know.
Everything just kept getting question marks next to it. Like, maybe? Like, we were supposed to go to Tokyo last July.
We invested a lot of money.
Yep.
Several thousand in that. Like, maybe we'll go, maybe we won't.
We had tickets.
Yeah, thankfully we're getting all of our money back, which is also amazing. But still, like, we had all this invested because, like, we want to go, but then, well, we might not go, and now we're not going.
And now they're not letting spectators go this year, so we're not going to Japan.
And we were going to go to another conference overseas last year, and that didn't happen. And we were hoping to go on a video and photography ministry trip in a couple months, and that's not happening, at least
for now.
Right now. And so we are traveling domestically, like 2 to 3 days at a time when we have opportunities, but as for international,
I think it's going to be a bit.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. Not used to staying in the country for so long.
Not used to looking at our passports and not getting stamps in them. That's really sad.
I have a brand new passport. It has nothing in it. It's empty.
Yeah. But we are trying to travel around the country, like on weekends when we have a chance, like a Thursday, a Friday, Saturday. So we have been able to go see family in Pennsylvania. We went and saw Alyssa's family several times last year. We've been able to see my family in Iowa several times, family in Tennessee, and we went to Arizona for the Grand Canyon. We're going back to Arizona in April to help with a ministry opportunity.
With my parents.
Yeah.
training people how to use the good soil materials, especially the story of hope and just how you can do a discipleship one-on-one with somebody and help move them to understanding what the Bible's about and hopefully making a faith decision to trust Christ as their Savior.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go out to Arizona and we're going to help them do a workshop, and my brother and I, David, are going to be translating it into Spanish, so that's a little scary. But I think it'll be good. I've been trying to brush up on my Spanish and review some stuff, and it'll just be really fun to work together. And then we're going to meet up in Arizona with the rest of my family. My sister and her husband are coming out there, and my little sister, obviously my brother, and my parents will all be out there, so we're going to do Grand Canyon round 2.
And if they do any other training in another state, I'm sure we might try to find a way to help them out. Yeah. If you say, you know what, we would like to have you come out, I don't know where you might live, and you say we'd like to have them come and visit us for a couple days.
Maybe you need some pictures or need a video
or
project or something.
Or yeah.
Here we are.
So let us know. Seriously, we aren't kidding about that. If we'd have an opportunity to come visit you and say, you know what, we'll fly ourselves out. Maybe we'll get a car if we need to. You just provide us a place to stay, and if you need something or you just want us to say hi, we're looking for opportunities. So we'd love to do that. We're going to the GIBC conference in June, so that'll be a great time to see pastor friends and people in ministry and other churches, people that we didn't get to see last year because it was canceled or
that
all
was canceled
online.
Too.
Yep. So yeah, let us know. We would really like to come and see some people.
We would.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll try to be a little bit better about
We'll
putting up
try to
updates.
do a 2-year update in a couple months since we missed our 1 year. Actually, if you have any questions you want us to answer, anything about our ministry, about our marriage,
our house projects,
Yep.
traveling.
if you say, I'd like to have them answer this question on their next video, please comment below, send us an email, text us, do something, and just let us know, because that makes it easier for us than just having to come up with questions on our own. So let us know.
But in the meantime, make sure you love God
Make new friends.
and always eat
your
your snacks.
We will see you next time.